little something special for the WGGGMBUCC. It's a lyrical sculpture in the sand that I carve. This is Flash on the mic, now on the carve. From 40 to 60, we are on the attack. If I can just get some vitamin I from my back foot on the line, yeah, I'm ready to go. Or did I just pull a muscle? Hold on for a moment. Play it cool, just act like I'm young. Got flicks on my wrist and lyrics on my tongue. 20 more, 10 more years left to go. Tricks from the past and a buttery flow. A little slow off the start. I like to call my speed brisk. The sunshine glints off my slow move.
And we are back. And it is Spangled taking on Pushing Daisies. And the opening possession quickly from Jolly to Peter Nisse for the score. And Spangled kicked things off the way they've been going all weekend, really.
Yeah, we are in the last slot of gameplay here on day 2 of this wonderful championship. Spangled expected to get themselves a victory here, but should also be a much better performance from Pushing Daisies in their first game on our live stream. They were telling us this morning they were a little bit disappointed to be first up on the under the hot lights of the stage that is our show pitch. Of course, a much hotter day today, true sunshine rather than the rather humid affair of day 1. We had a thunderstorm overnight. But this Canadian mixer team has come together in a much better fashion. So they met some of each other yesterday. Of course, the beautiful thing about a club championship is you're not limited to players from a particular federation. You can sort of, at this GGM level, bring together a collection of individuals. Big shout out to Greg Searle, who was on the roster for Pushing Daisies last season in Portimao, but actually didn't turn up to the tournament. He's here this year. I think he saw how much fun Pushing Daisies had back in 2021 and thought, oh my goodness, I must redeem myself.
Give me some of that.
Absolutely. So Karen Kavanagh bringing the disc into play. And a little cuddle with Jodie Dozono. That looks to be Bombala calling a foul on Alex Frondeville. She'll be accepted. So Bombala in Pushing Daisies with 2 female matching players, but throws into the poach the invisibility cloak on Matt Stone, despite that rather sparkly, lovely headband. A proper beach frame for Stoney. To Frondeville now. High over the shoulder of the mark. And an easy catch for Matt Stone, who played a lot of solid defense in the first live stream game we had for Spangled. Just a little chat there with Karen Kavanagh.
Yeah, great defense in that first game. This time, great defense just magnetized and came to him. But still there to convert it in for the goal. And this one going a little bit to opening expectations in the first early 2 points. Yes, it's very early. And 2 on the board early for Spangled. Working against Pushing Daisies.
Oh, it was quite the difference in scoreline yesterday when we featured Pushing Daisies against Team Finland. 13-3 that overall scoreline. But we're in the second round of the pool stages, the power pools, or power flower pools as we've been lovingly referring to them. It's Power Pool E in front of us. Both Spangled and Pushing Daisies carried through a win from the earlier stages through. But Blue Zone taking a second victory against Courier Island. In the previous game slot, of course, those are the other two teams to make up this Power Pool E. And you have to finish in the top 2 spots to get yourselves into the championship bracket. So Daisies with the disc. Nice early movement, but a slide. Well, that one might be a bit uncomfortable for Doucette.
No contest called, but of course that's accepted nowadays. Again, force of habit.
Doucette looking for the reset, but solid coverage. Puts a rather knifey hammer into the end zone and hits the dust.
Knifey, bladey. If it's bladey, it's a blammer.
I love that woosion.
And yeah, Doucette there definitely blamming that one into the end zone before Lynn picks up.
Pow, blam. I feel like we're living in a comic book. Felstat into pro throw. Felstat, of course, with the player gift visor, delightfully pink to match the disc. Oh, and what a fantastic grab. Goes up high and strong. Plenty of pressure from Ryan Doucette, but that will be a third on the trot for Spangled. After some tight match coverage, really smothering and pressuring the space around the disc is the defense for the USA side.
Yeah, great grab there for goal from Lars Felsted. Using his body again, as you said, Hanny, the defense as good as Doucette could have done. I feel like Felsted had the read early and just never gave up an inch, allowed the defense to come into him, but didn't let the defensive pressure change his stature, change his path, stuck to where he was, knew he was in good shape, read the disc only, took it at its highest point, and came down with a goal.
Well, it's going to be, I think, a bit of a game about management of energy for Pushing Daisies. They have a significantly smaller roster. Just about half of the athletes have turned up that have for Pushing Daisies versus Spangled, who have a fully fleshed out collection of athletes. A little bit of a collision in the end zone there with some tight match coverage being played by Arlie Stern. Of course, an icon of the sport, formerly of Fury, represented at the college level with UC Berkeley. Started as just the tender age of 17 years old, did Arlie Stern, with a dad in a summer league in DC before heading over to college. That was a really interesting phraseology coming out of Bombala there, Steph.
Yeah, I'm not sure I heard it, to be very honest.
It was, oh my God, and then something else to follow that I didn't quite catch. But I don't know if she was dazzled by the cut and that's why the throw went a little bit around. But either way, Stern distributing into the space a little bit too far for Becky de Ladon to catch. But a nice idea, more of a grass throw.
Yeah, that one needed a few more legs to play catch up, and they were not available in the beach here in the soft sands of Sardinia. So Kavanagh will have another chance with Pushing Daisies.
Again, a nice idea from the Silver Sister champions from the GGM for Kavanagh, an Ottawa-based athlete. Culp, despite the laying out cell, chooses to take the conservative option. Oh, but punches it into the bread box of Arlie Stern. That will be a fourth goal in a row. The nurse practitioner. And fun fact about Arlie Stern, professionally, she is in charge of the ergonomics for Pixar Animation Studios.
That is a very fun fact. Very cool stuff. Herb Knapp there gets the assist, but also sold that fake with a pivot so well that the defending Mark launched off his feet into a layout, hoping for a hand block. off the mark. Very convincing stuff from Herb Knapp.
Yeah, a little bit of a late observation of just how free Ali Stern was in the near side space. Count formerly of University of Idaho Aviators from 92 through 95. But a Boise, Idaho man, currently residing in Haley, oh my goodness, can I get my words in properly? Please excuse me, folks, I'm just going to reapply my teeth. It's been a long 2 days so far of back-to-backing for us, but we are delighted to bring you this coverage of this tournament, of course. Where else would we rather be?
I can't think of too many places.
Nice bit of flow laterally, and a great grab for Kavanagh. Making that last-minute adjustment, putting a bit of a sky ball up. Doucette runs it down. De Frondeville had sort of given up on that one. Oh, and there's an opportunity in the end zone. A little bit undercooked. A nice idea to try and hit Michael Moore. And there's a bit of a slow start to go and play defense, but that's a peach of a disc. Oh, just a little bobble, but redeemed. Jody DeZono catches, and they head off towards the end zone. Not going to be required, though, because De Frondeville's lost his mark for dust. And an easy goal, 5-0 for Spangled. But pushing Daisies, pushing towards the end zone, closer and closer each time.
Yeah, great final charge there by Spangled. DeZono really working to keep that one alive. The 51-year-old hailing from Portland, Oregon. But the second effort there, keeping her eye on the prize. Played for home club Schwa for many years, but also had a little bit of time with Fury as well. So they've been doing it up and down the West Coast, not just in the home state of Oregon.
Yeah, geriatric physical therapist. Make as many jokes as you can in the live chat about that, since we are in the Great Grandmasters division. But yeah, lovely to see DeZono out on the pitch. Making a great redemption. But hats off to Kavanagh. Did get a piece of that disco potential block, but just bobbled it on. And we do have a very active UltiTV pal, and I believe patron, Daisies Malzeris, has woken up, currently residing stateside. Yes, we all indeed did wish that when we are indeed eligible for the Great Grandmasters division, that we too can move with the speed and smoothness of these athletes out here on the sand, because they are indeed pretty dynamic. Doucette puts a curvy disc out. Not sure where that was intended. Possibly Greg Alling, but not the throw to get to him. So, short field for Spangled. But this is solid match coverage. It's taking a while for them to reset. A low catch for Angela Lynn, but all good and fine. Cheeky push through to Prothrow. Eventually collects a mark, but gets broken either way. An easy one all the way across the board. And that's another goal unanswered. Run 6-0.
Yeah, this is a slippery slope right now for pushing Daisies. Now that Spangled have really turned this field in their favor, they're rolling downhill every time. And it's getting ugly. Brian Lang, the recipient there, wound up on the punch spike, but didn't follow through.
Yeah, you don't get too many sort of like full yeet spikes out of the Great Grandmasters division, which I like. I don't mind a bit of creativity with a spike. I don't mind spikes in general, but full yeets.
I don't know what yeet means.
It's when you kind of, so yeet is kind of like a, oh gosh, it's such a young person phrase. it's that whole like full force. Like if you yeet something, you're fully like throwing it at something, or like, I don't know. I've got a video I'll show you from EUC back in 2019. Myself, Benji, and a watermelon. That will describe what yeet is to you, because I'm struggling with
I was there.
brain. But
on that bridge.
But Brian Lang, formerly of Ring of Fire and Boneyard, of course, was really fun to watch Boneyard play in Limerick at the World Masters Grass Championships last year, but a much drier affair here in Sardinia, which we're all pleased for. Kavanagh connects with Buchner. There's going to be a pit call. Becky Ledon there, saying she got caught up in the traffic elsewhere. Clearly Spangled have figured out which matchups they want against Pushing Daisies. One has to think that they'd be trying to keep Karen Kavanagh pushed in towards the deep space, stop her from getting those resets, such a powerful thrower. Do set underneath. Oh, and a hand block. Got his number.
And everything going the way of Spangled.
Well, a jolly good block, and then an immediate score off the first throw. Looks to be Ledon behind the pack of traffic, blocking our view, but that will be half, 7-0. A tasty bagel. Half of it's been buttered, but can Spangled assemble the ingredients to make a full sandwich of this late game slot? Final game of the day here for day 2 of the action in Sardinia at the World Great Grandmasters Beach Ultimate Club Championships. But we'll see how this one plays out. Can Pushing Daisies push through in the second half and get some on the board? We'll find out in a few moments.
We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
It's not wrong, that Stefan Rapazzo. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't even happen. Or did it? Well, that happened. What a fantastic redemption there. Stefan Gicker, having been rejected by 2 of the other teams here. The Aussie throws the first assist for Pushing Daisies for this game against the US's Spangled.
Had a chat with Stefan Gecki. Played down in the Wollongong with Tim Booth. Said not long ago, just made it to a beach Australian beach ultimate final. Lost to a Singaporean team, stealing the Australian beach crown last year from Crank in the final. But here, showing off his lefty forehand prowess as that one goes up. And here's one more look.
It is indeed quite interesting that the 2 Aussies on this Pushing Daisies team. In fact, Pushing Daisies represent more continents than Courier Island at this World Great Grandmasters Beach Ultimate Championships. They, so the Aussies were on Pushing Daisies, and they were getting towards the deadline, kind of panicking a little bit. Shout out to Karen Kavanagh for herding the cats, as we like to say. But both Courier Island and Blue Zone turned them down. So Pushing Daisies is, well, can we call them a retirement community? A sort of a caring affair where players that have maybe been rejected by other teams can come and turn up at this great Grandmasters level? Because they definitely don't. They definitely don't play like that.
No, definitely not. But, you know, team politics, no matter what, pick up a team, throw together a team. You've got desired roster max sizes. You've got the time, the deadlines they affect. There's a lot that goes into acceptance and rejection on teams like this. So, you know, I'm glad that Pushing Daisy are still taking applicants. We'll say that. Maybe that'll be my home in a few short years' time when I get to Great Grandmaster's age. Daisies, he thinks the comeback's on, and he is home back in Latvia. He stayed for the AUDL season, not for the club season. I don't suspect. I know we'll see him in Poland in just over a week's time. A week's time. No, 8 days' time.
Just over. We've got it's back to the 3-day affair is the European Ultimate Club Championship Finals.
Yep, and he will be representing his home club of Brussels. I mean, his adopted home club of Brussels, the Latvian. One of the trio of Latvians that have made a home in Brussels, a second home.
Well, we're not mad to see it, of course. The Latvian Ultimate community has some really strong athletes, but not always the funds to get a full squad to these tournaments. But we do love when they come together to play mixed for Salaspils.
And well, there it is there, not going to Poland, you see from Daisies. I could have sworn I saw his name on the roster, but maybe I just assumed it with the other Latvians.
Maybe he's been pushed off for his heading over to the AUDL, but that is such a fantastic attempt from Ali Stern. Just some pure vertical hang time for the number 48. We get caught chatting, and Ali Stern keeps our eyes firmly focused back on the game rather than the live chat. And there is a break for Pushing Daisies. Wow, 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 what a difference.
Pushing Daisies, they ain't dead yet. Coming for a little bit more right now. And that one is a break. The turnover came off some spectacular effort, a missed layout, but the conversion in fine form as well, taken high, a spectacular finish by
throw.
Greg Alling.
Nice bit of vision from Doucet, grabbing that one well. They're going to have to do something pretty magical to shut down Spangled for quite so many points in a row to take a victory here, Pushing Daisies, but they are pushing back in the second half. And of course, Dids is in the live chat teaching us all about which is the most important surface. It's definitely not indoors, but indoors is brilliant.
Meh. I respect it. I come from the Great White North. There was enough indoor there, but not my favorite surface. Anyhow, back to the beach.
Which is definitely the best to watch. Oh, but there's a little stumble upfield, and there isn't going to be the collection for Brian Lang.
Note that Sand Monster grabbed him by the ankle and dragged him down.
Indeed, a youngster, Lang, for the division, only 49 years of age. That's why he's so fast across the sand. That one, lovely positioning. Michael Moore, for that lateral throw, leads the charge, but Greg Searle is not the one to get there first. A little bit too adventurous, and Kevin Cale just shepherding in the deep space. Pro throw on the far sideline. Oh, that is an absolute beauty of a forehand, just arcing, perfect shaping on it and connecting with Lars Fellstadt in the end zone for an easy hold, the first goal for Spangled in this second half.
Pro throw to Lang. That looks very good, that finishing touch after A couple of turnovers to get that point going. They finish it with a beautiful, approximately 50-meter throw. And the timed half voice box going off.
But we already hit the points cap for half in very rapid fashion. But Pushing Daisies responding in this second section. Got one break back, although 6 against Spangled. It's going to be a hill to climb, but if they can get there, then I think the shots will have to be on us later on. But that's a shot too far. Bricked ball, Kavanagh will bring it in. So they form a dance mix player, bringing us into the brick. Some lovely compression socks. A high arcing flick. Doucette didn't know that that was coming. It's almost like Kavanagh might be needing to play with Spangled rather than against him at points. These throws are beautiful, but that wasn't quite on. DeZono now, far sideline. They're looking for options. Fire one through to a very poached off reset. Eventually finds the mark. DeZono plenty of pivots, but just holstered down to the easy resets, and that's a slide to the front for Spangled. Another on their tally. That's now 9-2 with the break of score. Solid work from Sam Salvia.
Yeah, quick to convert that time. Kavanagh pumping those forehands like she did in the first game we saw. They're really good at stretching the field out, and they come off from time to time, but from time to time they go astray, and that time one of them. And Spangled showing that they're more than willing to capitalize on those if they keep coming and don't connect with Pushing Daisy's hands.
It's nice to get a chance to talk about Sam Salvia, actually. She reels in her first stat on our live stream. She actually started playing Ultimate in the UK, despite being from Pennsylvania. She was in her grad student days at Oxford University. She came to Paganello back in 1997, one of her first tournaments, certainly one of her first tastes of beach Ultimate. But she actually says her sporting hero, despite having so many Fury teammates to have picked from over the years, Tara Jewell from the lesser known UK team, Bliss. Little vintage stuff. There's the call from the sideline for Callahan. Bombala going to her knees to collect that one and keep possession alive off of Chan. Doucette now opening up a bit more room. Searle coming in from the deep space. Bombala leading the charge through. Off she goes. Now coming back underneath. Working tirelessly is that number 64 shirt. Nice high snag. Threatening match coverage. Oh, the arms go up for Gaki, and what a grab that was! Absolutely sensational. Well, it's like a different team have arrived here, Steph. Pushing Daisies, stringing it together like it ain't no thing.
Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Bombala opening the arm there, stretching the field, and Stefan Gecki again taking it high, staying in front of the defender, making sure there's no chance for help. Here's another look at it. Bombala didn't like any of the near options, airs it out, and Stefan Gecki, the natural lefty, using it to get up, take down a goal. 3-9.
So Daisies have officially put on as many points in this match as they did in their previous live stream performance. The eventual scoreline against...
Hurt, was it?
Yeah. So that one ended up 13-3. But this one, they've pulled it together, especially in the second half. What a difference. And it was rundown, sorry.
Ah, yes.
We saw have a pretty intense game against Jets. Game before this one. And we are starting to see these games tighten up. We had some big scoreline differences early stages of this championship. There is a bit of a difference, I think it has to be said, between the top 8 section and the top and the
next 8.
Yeah, the next 8. That's the Badger. But Spangled, certainly formerly known as Team America, coming off of the championship win last year. So the defending champions here at the Great Grandmasters Beach Division. Oh, you can hear the commiseration, the groan as the defender misses and gives an easy one for John Hammond to just punch in to Salvia. And that will bring us to 10-3. But
yeah, Hammond maintains composure there as the defense came charging in. Here's another look at that throw. There's the hockey assist. And Ailing thought that he had a chance there, but I think Hammond had position all day long, maintained it, and after the bid went through, that was nothing but a 4-meter pass with no mark and no coverage to put in the score to make it 10-3.
I think that was a casual Alex de Frondeville blade that came across. Seems to be he's playing on the pitch with his cap facing forwards, but as soon as he swaggers over the sideline, he flips it backwards for the more cool dude look. He's got flames on it, just to show how fast he is.
Dan Power is set to pull 10 world and national championships on grass and beach. Relics, America, Georgetown. He's done a fair bit. What we don't see in this is what his relation is to Kenny Powers. We're going to be left to have to guess. First cousins, great bid by Doucette.
And an inside dad backhand that connects with Gecki. More. More. How do you like it? Oh, it's a little bit of a sky ball. 2 players underneath it, though, and another great grab. Doucette thinks about the throw from his knees and then puts one to the break side. There's nothing that can be done about that to prevent it from the defender. But what a great bit of action from Pushing Daisies, pushing themselves to the limit, and that's 4 on the board versus Spangled's 10.
Michael Moore from Doucette for the score. And Pushing Daisies, 10-4 there, little buddy. They're staying better in the second half here. 3-3 in the second half.
Well, Doucette, formerly of Borderline and Hurt, says his career highlight is the fact that he can still just be playing Ultimate at the age of 51.
I hear you.
Well, you're a ways off that still, aren't you, Steph?
Yeah, I still got 6 years, and I'm not playing at the moment. But the comeback is on.
There's nothing wrong with taking a couple of years off and then making a glorious comeback. It's good for the body,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah, I guess so. And it's the first time for me ever taking it off. And next year will be 30 years since I began playing. And it's been about 3 years officially off, besides a game of pickup or 2. And I think I feel better.
To be fair, I've had a year in the booth and not on the pitch. I have played 1 tournament this year, twice, which was Beach Nationals back in the UK. And I have to say, I do feel a little better for it. Perhaps a little slower for it, but still getting in the gym, still doing some activities. But it's lovely to be watching out here on the sands. And I'm sure we'll both make returns to the pitches. which is your favourite surface to play on, Steph? Because we've had a chat about some of the options.
I do love beach. When I lived in Australia, I lived right on the beach, next to, very near Coolangatta where the Nationals are held, but on Palm Beach. Lived in a home with 4 other people at one stage that were all Ultimate players, and we basically had beach pickup every weekend at our home just because friends came over. And yeah, I did a lot of beach. That said, I don't know if my body type is perfect for beach. A friend of mine once said it's like pushing a bowling ball through the sand.
Well, I'm sure some of the athletes coming out here at this great Grandmasters division will know how you feel, Steph. But I'll tell you what, amongst them is not the number 10 for Spangled. Brett Mitchell is really one of those rangy, lever-heavy athletes. Feather light, and just moves across the sand so beautifully. A big old dad backhand for that assist. But said his wife introduced him to this wonderful sport, currently residing over in San Rafael. A little bit later, started playing 15 years ago at the age of 35.
And Brett Mitchell, shout out to him. He came over to give some love to the whole crew here. He's been only playing for 15 years, says he's been doing a little bit of catch up, and as such has been watching a lot of broadcasts, and says he's really happy and impressed with what we're doing over here. So we love it for him. We love him for that. I got to assume he's a patron. If not, I'm going to put him in a headlock later and make sure we get that out of him. But it could be easier for you guys. No headlocks necessary. Just go ahead, patreon.com/ULTI.TV, and click a couple buttons, put in a bit of info.
And we would be remiss, though, we would be remiss to talk about Brett Mitchell and not talk about his 2 amazing sons, Tomu and Getty, who he and his wife adopted and introduced to the sport as well. So they've been brought up within the Ultimate community. So a massive shout out to Tomu and Getty, and also Wolf, aka the boss, aka the wife who introduced Brett Mitchell to this sport in the first place. So Kavanagh, immediate throw to Sell. It's a little high. Oh, and he's absolutely ripped it. There is so much loft on that pass. Almost like he's trying to complete a Gornado live on pitch. If you don't know what the Gornado challenge is, where have you been living under the rocks? DeZono. And the vintage 5 Ultimate hat.
Ooh, sold that scuba fake.
Yeah, attacking very well. DeZono now. Again, just looking for options around the Frondeville. I wasn't really there for Salvia. Frondeville going for a bit of point and shoot scuba action, and that will take Spangled within 1 of the victory, 12-4.
Yeah, nice scoop to finish that one off there. Alex de Frondeville takes it with the fireball hat. Has a look at the options. Salvia was cutting in the corner, but he liked the spacing Hammond had early and not shy at all. Here it is to just put up the flipper. He called it first, called it a shot, a little Babe Ruth-esque.
Well, it's also, I think, probably the thing that makes that even more kind of an option is the fact that Michael Moore is straight up face marking the lad in the end zone. It's something that's really difficult, playing one-on-one person coverage in the end zone. The advantage that the offensive player has really is potent. But when you face mark, don't look at the thrower at all, don't kind of look around you, you make it even more difficult. And on sand, your recovery does not exist. If you go the wrong way, if you read the hips wrong, you are not getting a block.
Yeah, I mean, if you are way faster than the person you're covering, a tight face mark like that is acceptable, but I mean, you've got to have a substantial first step advantage.
It's a bold strategy, a very bold strategy indeed, but fortune favors the bold, and that's a bold choice. Unfortunately, not going to connect. More You need a little bit less on that throw from Geki. And this is the opportunity for Spangled to take it away on a break. They're bespangled, they're covered in the shiny gold lame tattoos all over it. Powers with the break side backhand shot, and that is the break for the win for Spangled. 13-4, they finish this one off in this power pool stage against Pushing Daisies, and that, I do believe, Steph, will secure Spangled's position to get somewhere into the championship bracket. But that will wrap us up. Steph, give me your thoughts and your rundown on this game.
Yeah, great game there. Spangled really putting the foot down, showing how it's done. They are the #1 seed. They've worked their way through regular pools without a blemish. They've moved their way through power pools now, unblemished. They are winning and grinning and working it the whole way. Looking to repeat. They've got their eye on the prize, and Pushing Daisies showed up. They gave it their all, but came up just a bit short. And so Hannah's gone and fetched us Peter Nia of Spangled here. Peter, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Good,
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, an absolute pleasure. Your first time in Sardinia?
This is my third time playing here. 2018 was the first time at this very same tournament.
Yeah, very nice.
At this venue. Yeah.
Doing it again.
How could you not?
Yeah, well, I know. This is my first time to be here, and I'm loving every second of it. Spangled, of course, a renaming of the defending champs America. You guys have come in unblemished so far through pool play, and thus far into the power pool or the reshuffle. What's the team vibe? Tell us how you guys are feeling. Throughout I guess 4 games right now.
Yeah, I would say that the change in name actually comes from a deeper root than that. Actually.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, so America was was a team that was all guys at first, and there was a very, I would say, more of a Machiavellian attitude about going out there and doing what it takes to win. And I would say with the change in name, there's been a shift towards having a lot of joy, being extremely important in the team culture, and is it really at the root of it, and playing with excellence. And if we end up winning, that's great. But playing with a lot of joy.
A lot of joy.
Yeah.
I like the sounds of that. Pushing Daisies were underdogs coming in, expected win. Tell us about the fight that your last opponents put up. How they managed to hang with you a little bit and make it as interesting as possible. But talk about your opposition there.
I thought they got fairly well organized, and they moved the disc pretty quickly, and they hit some really nice touch throws, and they had a few players that were extremely athletic and got the 50-50 balls. I think they got most of the 50-50 balls in this game, and I thought that really helped them hang with us. They hit some deep shots, and and I think that they, on defense, that they, I didn't watch as closely, but I think they did a few things, and we had a couple of offensive lapses as well.
You guys, defending champs, you said if the graces go your way, you might get yourselves back in the finals, defending champions. Teams you might be noticing that maybe go deep in the tournament as well. Who else have you got earmarked that could be a strong opposition deeper on in this tournament?
Well, we've been pretty focused on our own play, and there's large gaps in games, so we go back to our team. We call it Spangled Centrale, and we go hang out and spend time as a team. But so we haven't looked at a lot of teams, but there's a lot of my friends that I play on a grass team called Relics with. They're on a team called Rundown, formerly Man Down, so we know them well, and they're an excellent bunch of players, and we've seen them, and I think it appears to be a collision course for the semifinals. I think they'll be tough. We know those players well, and that's going to be a really challenging game, I think.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
You have obviously great grandmaster. You guys have played for years. Played in the USA with the Discraft version. You're playing with the Euro disc here. Tell us how that feels. But tell us a bit about that. Do you feel the difference now? Talk a bit about the different disc being used here in European.
You know,
tournaments.
I personally don't notice it too much. I try not to. I mean, I think a lot is sometimes made of it, and I personally don't feel the difference as much. But I'm not an artistic, like I'm not really a pure thrower. Certainly, I'm not. I'm more of a cutter. But you know, our team hasn't even talked about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great stuff. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
That's what they're going for, and I think what they're getting also a fully sustainable disc, organic and all. Finally, I see Lightspeed on the back, and we read your bio. What's the connection there, having Lightspeed sponsoring or part of the team?
Well, I've been part of Lightspeed since the very beginning, and you know, Lightspeed. You know, there's a lot of similarities between Ultimate and startup world. What entrepreneurs do and what Ultimate players have to do. It's a very dynamic, fast-paced environment where you have to wear multiple hats and do multiple things. Certainly, you have to play your role, but it's yeah. So I think there's a lot of similarities in terms of the type of competition that the companies that we back undergo and what we do as an Ultimate team. But you know, as Lightspeed, we're also looking to sponsor teams that have, you know, the similar cultural underpinnings of excellence, of, you know, great spirit, and winning by, you know, true skill. And so there's a lot of you know, synergy there in terms of the types of things that we like to promote.
Sounds like great cohesion. Sounds like a great match for UltiTV potentially in the future. But for now, we'll wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
And hopefully we see you back under our lenses. We expect so, but you guys are looking good so far.
Thank you.
Congratulations on this win, and good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
Okay, bye-bye.
Peter, Nia, and Spangled victorious here in the last game of the day. And that's going to wrap things up here from the glorious Sardinian sands. Thank you all for joining us and being with us. We'll be back tomorrow. More action. Tomorrow we're into pool play, into bracket play. We're done with pool play. A little bit more. The first couple of games of the day, we got a bit more of this flower power pool play. And then the bracket rounds begin, and it's all on. So stay locked on, like and subscribe, become a patron, and we'll see you tomorrow. For Hannah Pendlebury, our crew here at UltiTV, I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.
You wanna go back to a place where we can hide. You Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, ultimate.
ULTI.TV.
Swear I'll never smile for you. Swear I'll never be a fool. I'ma keep me far from you. Cause what you do is so uncool. I'm not looking for revenge. I don't need you to be my friend. I just want this fake love to come to an end. So can I get some closure? Stay right where you are and don't come closer. If you haven't picked it up, it's over. You wanted her, so just give me what I deserve. So can I get some closure? Stay right where you are and don't come closer. If you haven't picked it up, it's over. Run back to her, cause I got what I want, closure. Wasted too much heart on you. Wish I learned to use my head. Cause right before I fell for you, I fell right into your bed. I'm not looking for revenge. I don't need you to be my friend. I just want this fake love to come to an end. So can I get some closure? Stay right where you are and don't come closer. If you haven't picked it up, it's over. You wanted her, so just give me what I deserve. So can I get some closure? Stay right where you are and don't come closer. If you haven't picked it up, it's over. Run back to her, cause I got what I want, closure. You wanted her. You left me hurt. But I won't cry as long as I give me some closure. Who you think you are. You're lucky that I don't want revenge. So can I get some closure? Stay right where you are and don't come closer. If you haven't picked it up, it's over. You wanted her, so just give me what I deserve. So can I get some closure? Stay right where you are and don't come closer. If you haven't picked it up, it's over. Run back to her, cause I got what I want, closure. I might be broken down, but I'm smiling. I keep my head up high, though I fail. Sometimes I get a bit emotional, but then I turn around and let it go. I see you watching me from a distance. I see you can't decide what to feel. But if you dig a little deeper, boy, you know you really wanna get to know me. Let's get this out of the way. I can't wait another day to tell you you shouldn't wait. Don't be so afraid. Yeah, I'm a bit too much, but I'm fun and games. When I'm acting tough, I just wanna play. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Come and get it, come and get it, come and get it, come and get it. bit too much, but I'm fun and games. When I'm at the top, I just wanna play. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Come and get it, 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 come and get it. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Want your kisses in the morning light. Wanna be next to you every night. No, I shouldn't love you, but I might. 'Cause your lips, they taste like cherry wine. You're no good for me. We're so bittersweet, but I still want you. I do. Baby, can't you see what you do to me? I just can't resist you. You got me drunk in love, I can't sleep. I need to sober up from this dream. But I can't deny, I can't deny you. I can't deny, I can't deny you. Na 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 Stay with me until tomorrow. Could you be the one to kill my sorrows? Maybe one night you can play the hero. Even if I know it's only for show. You're no good for me. We're so bittersweet, but I still want you. I do. Baby, can't you see what you do to me? I just can't resist you. You got me drunk in love, I can't sleep. I need to sober up from this dream. But I can't deny, I can't deny you. I can't deny, I can't deny you. Na 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 You got me drunk in love, I can't sleep. I need to sober up from this dream. But I can't deny, I can't deny you. I can't deny, I can't deny you.
I need new flavor, reason to throw my game, not really why I came. Oh, do me a favor, pour me another glass, pour hearts that never last. Oh, take me, I'm a wild one, getting bored out looking for attention. I'm not looking to meet new friends. No, I've been looking for a lover instead, for someone I appreciate, and everything across my way. I love that I don't know your name. Oh no, I never meant to misbehave. Something about you makes me crave. You really are a different taste. I love that I don't know your name. Sunrise is dancing up on the rooftop. for attention. I'm not looking to meet new friends. No, I've been looking for love instead, for someone I appreciate, and every page cross my way. I love that I don't know your name. Oh no, I never meant to misbehave. Something about you makes me crave. You really are a different taste. I love that I don't know your name. Oh, save me. I'm a good one, getting worn out, need a fixation. I'm so ready for new mistakes. No, I've been looking for love instead, for someone I appreciate, and every page cross my way. I love that I don't know your name. Oh no, I never meant to misbehave. Something about you makes me crave. You really are a different taste. I love that I don't know your name. I know you have questions, I don't have answers, clearly no manners, baby. I know you want it better, putting on the pressure, 'cause pressure's gonna get the very best of me. I give a little something, doesn't come for free. Oh, I know you have questions, baby. Even if I try and try too hard, nothing's ever enough. Even if I try and try too hard, tell me what to do, say anything, yeah. Dive deeper, yeah. Dive deeper, dive with me, yeah. I know we could fly if we just try. So come on, baby, dive deeper, yeah. Dive deeper, dive with me, yeah. I know we could fly if we just try, baby, try. You find it distracting, hold of our issues, rather die with you. We no longer talk when it gets hard, so it only gets harder. I know you were gonna get the best of me. Come a little closer, we can dive in deep. Oh, I'd rather be with you, baby. Even if I try and try too hard, nothing's ever enough. Even if I try and try too hard, tell me what to do, say anything, yeah. Dive deeper, yeah. Dive deeper, dive with me, yeah. I know we could fly if we just tried. So come on, baby, dive deeper, yeah. Dive deeper, dive with me, yeah. I know we could fly if we just try, baby, try. We can do better, baby, I believe. Come a little closer, we can dive in deep. We can do it better, baby, I believe. Even if I try so hard, nothing's ever enough. Even if I try so hard, tell me what you do now. Dive deeper, yeah. Dive deeper, dive with me, yeah. I know we could fly if we just try. So come on, baby, dive deeper, yeah. Dive deeper, dive with me, yeah. I know we could fly if we just try, baby, try. Know what I got, know what I want. Boy, don't get me wrong, having fun. But it don't mean that I'm in love. I like you a lot, but you gotta step up. I'm through trying to tell you what to do, how to make me fall for you. You should learn that on your own. I'll play cool, cause I hope you pick it up soon, and you know just what to do. Don't you? Boy, just be honest. I know you want it. Put some work into it, cause you know that I'm hard to love. It won't be easy, so don't be lazy. Just give it to me, cause you know that I'm hard to love. I'm hard to love. Boy, you know that I'm hard to love. I'm hard to love. Boy, you know that I'm hard to love. I'm not being mean, I'm just being me. I don't make it easy, but I'm worth a while. All that I ask is for you to please my every need, to put in the time. I'm through trying to tell you what to do, how to make me fall for you. You should learn that on your own. I'll play cool, cause I hope you pick it up soon, and you know just what to do. Don't you? Boy, just be honest. I know you want it. Put some work into it, cause you know that I'm hard to love. It won't be easy, so don't be lazy. Just give it to me, cause you know that I'm hard to love. I'm hard to love. Boy, you know that I'm hard to love. I'm hard to love. Boy, you know that I'm hard to love. I'm hard to love. Boy, you know that I'm hard to love. I'm hard to love. Boy, you know that I'm hard to love. I'm through trying to tell you what to do, how to make me fall for you. You should learn that on your own. I'll play cool, cause I hope you pick it up soon, and you know just what to do. Don't you? Boy, just